Baby, oh my baby, won't you let me walk around in your shoes? My baby, my sweet baby, won't you keep me warm? I'm feeling cold. Won't you keep me warm? I'm feeling old. I've been rambling around this country in these old brown boots, looking for a light behind these eyes, searching for a truth or maybe just some peace of mind. Maybe there ain't nothing here to find. Darling, my sweet darling, won't you let me see the world through your eyes? My darling, my sweet darling, won't you keep me warm? I'm feeling cold. Won't you keep me warm? I'm feeling old. I've been rambling around this country in these old brown boots, looking for a light behind these eyes, searching for a truth or maybe just some peace of mind. Maybe there ain't nothing here to find. Of mind, but maybe there ain't nothing here to find. Maybe there ain't nothing I need to find.
I love that he laughs at that. Hello, Anthony.
Hello.
It's I, the Joker.
Such a good impression.
Or maybe it's me, Drew.
One of the one of the many positives of you not getting better.
Right? Okay, no, here's the thing. I did.
I know, I remember. You got better and then you were sick again.
Dude, I was great. And I'm like, oh, my voice is even coming back. Yes. And then Wednesday last week, excuse me, I'm all excited. You and I were like, oh, should we do the podcast? And you're like, dude, I'm so booked. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Is there any way we can not do the podcast this week?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. Hey, can you move that bottom lamp there? It's kind of blurring you out. There you go. Perfect.
Sweet.
And I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. No worries. It was Thanksgiving, so yeah, that's no big deal. We can totally do that. No biggie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that night, Gabby, like, I don't feel good. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And she's seriously like, oh, my tummy hurts. My throat hurts. And I'm like, sure. You're fine. You're fine. Dear God, please don't let her be sick. Can I sleep with you? Oh, okay.
Knowing full well what that means.
Right. I'm like, I'm just getting over the cusp. My immune system's not back yet. I know it. I'm like, come on. No, yeah, okay, baby. Morning, she wakes up. She's got a fever. My parents come and grab her. Or, excuse me, no, they don't. Because it is Thanksgiving. I was supposed to make the mashed potatoes. So I'm making mashed potatoes. And I take the mashed potatoes and Josh, who I kept separate from Gabby. Yeah. And I took them to my parents so that they could do Thanksgiving. And I'm like, all right, we're good. Well, they kept Josh for like 4 days.
Oh, really?
So he didn't get sick. Yeah,
Wow.
Gabby had a fever from Thursday through Sunday.
Oh.
Or was it Saturday? I don't remember. It was Thursday through Saturday or Sunday. A long time to have a fever.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor. It's a it's a virus.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's not death. It's a virus. Oh, okay, thanks. And so Gabby's home with me, sick. Daddy, can I sleep with you every single night? And I'm like, uh-huh. And I start feeling it. I'm like, no. It mutated just enough to where I got the crap again.
Yep.
And so the drainage, again, I feel fantastic. I feel fine.
Yep.
Even if I start feeling a little bit drained, I chug an emergency and I am right back and I am perfect.
Yeah.
But I got all the drainage in the world, the sinus congestion crap in the world. But I get really fun voices like this. Like last time I was the guy from Birdcage and Mrs. Doubtfire. What was it? Not Robin Williams, but the other guy's like, oh my gosh, Robin, you're going to look fantastic. But I can't do it this time. No, this time I don't have that voice.
I love that movie.
I do too. This time I've got Mark Hamill, the Joker.
It's amazing.
And it totally is. Hello, Batman.
Yeah. Oh, it's classic.
I mean, seriously, I can turn off the stupid screen and I'm Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We should get together and do a Comic-Con, Mark.
Yeah.
You remember how Frank Sinatra lost to a Frank Sinatra contest?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do sound like the Joker. And that's the best Joker. I don't care what anyone says.
No,
Mark Hamill,
absolutely.
the best Joker.
Best Joker, absolutely, hands
far.
down.
Yeah.
Hands down. Heath Ledger was great.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson still has a huge place in my heart for that.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, no, Mark Hamill by far. Which is so funny because if you don't pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes in Hollywood, you would think that Mark Hamill after Star Wars just completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Because
not so though.
he couldn't, right, with his face, it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Except for play Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And he got into voice acting and that guy is everywhere.
Insane. Yeah.
Everywhere. And
he
he's
directs
fantastic.
too. He's a director as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's really good. He's one of my favorites. I mean, not just because of Luke Skywalker either.
Right. I so need a cough / nose blowing
No problem.
switch. I don't have one.
Yeah. cough button.
Yeah, the cough switch. Like with the foot.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how people do it. Okay, so I don't get this. Maybe you can explain this. Mm-hmm. So like Amber and a lot of people I know can do and have mastered the quiet, like the silent nose blow. Mm. I, however, have bugles for nostrils. And like, I can't do it. And I don't know. And they're all like, done. And oh man, look at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ew, if I went, I'd be like, dry tissue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, where's the semi?
I'm the same way.
Ugh.
Yep.
Is Alicia a quiet nose blower? Alicia's the quiet sneeze, isn't she? Sue?
No.
No? Okay.
She's not a quiet anything.
That's it.
No. Not at all.
Okay, that's good. I don't feel so bad.
No. No. She's super loud. Yep.
It's the only drawback to the Joker voice.
Yeah. Yeah, the cough afterwards.
Is I have to cough.
Yeah.
I have to cough all the time. All the time.
You do sound like him, though. It's amazing.
Right, and even like in the headphones, right?
Yeah, in the headphones, I'm like, whoa.
Now here's the funny thing for people on YouTube. I called Anthony today. Anthony.
Yeah.
I called him on the phone because people still do that.
Sometimes.
Right. And I did. And he's like, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so busy. I'm out in the field. And I'm like, well, hello, Batman. And next thing I know, I hear that coming from the other end of the phone. It was like, yep, got him.
Yeah, you did.
He's expecting me to be like, hey, baby. No.
I needed that laugh, too, because I was stressing out.
Yeah.
I had like 4 calls before that call, and they were all like, "This is going wrong.
Oh, no.
Fix this right now."
Oh no.
One of them's out in Donley, and that building's been finalized for like maybe a month, and I've gotten like 4 calls.
Oh no.
Just like, "This is going wrong. Come fix this." And then a head broke, flooded a whole patio.
Seriously?
Yeah, no one knows what happened. I'm like, I'm thinking like a kid hit it or something.
Probably.
Like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like walking through. The lady calls me and she's like, "We have gushing water." I was like, "Okay, call me on FaceTime right now."
Yeah, that's a bad thing, but I need video.
Yeah, so she calls me. She gets me on FaceTime, and she's in the riser room. I'm like, "Okay, turn that lever all the way." And then she's like, I'm like,
Remember, righty-tighty,
Yeah.
lefty-loosey.
So I'm walking a lady through a shutdown procedure on FaceTime.
Nice.
Yeah, while there's a flooding, just gushing water out on the patio.
Now, just a nice reminder, ma'am. Don't get your phone wet.
Yeah, seriously. But we worked it out. But yeah, it's just been it's been like the last couple weeks have been like that. Just like problems, just random popping up, like little problems here and there.
Well, that happens. Mm-hmm. I understand that feeling.
Yes.
Like, you're sick.
Yeah.
And you start getting better, and then you're sick. And then you start getting better, and your child gets sick, and then you're sick.
Yeah.
And while your child's sick and you're starting to get sick, your girlfriend's 5-year-old comes down with influenza A.
Oh, yeah. That's horrible.
And then I get the phone call. I'm at the pharmacy. Now, she's not Batman. She's not the Joker, but, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I'm at the pharmacy, and they're so backed up, they said I have to wait until tomorrow afternoon to get the Tamiflu. And I'm like, no. Tell them she just got diagnosed. Tamiflu only has so much time that it's effective.
Yeah.
She's 5. This is influenza A, not influenza B. This is the death influenza.
Yeah.
I lost a cousin who was 18 or 19 2 years ago to influenza A. Like, seriously, prime health. People die with this. You don't screw around with this one.
Yeah.
Like, no, you go back in there and you tell them what's going on. She goes, I did. I'm like, go find another pharmacy. And she did. She drove because it was a Walgreens, right?
Yeah.
They're on every corner, right? Basically, she had to go 4 blocks, I think. And
Yeah.
went up there and got to that other one. And they're like, we're booked too. And she told them and actually got a tech who understood what influenza A is.
Yeah.
And said, you'll have it in 15 minutes. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously.
You don't mess around with this one, people. Come on.
No.
All right. So, hey, we're good on pre-show. It's 13 minutes of pre-show
Yeah. Perfect.
with nothing.
Hey, just chat.
Hi.
Chit chat.
Amber's on here. Hi, Amber. And I commented in, hey, Lemonheads. I think it's funny. I've had a few people comment, and I'll say this on the pre-show, so it's not like on the actual show, but pre-show, show. I think it's hilarious. Like I've had a few people comment that they assume, without watching the show, they assume we're black, which is fine. I mean, I don't care. I'm like, well, according to my hair, I'm not Western European. I don't care. It's like, who cares what color our skin is? But it's the potato heads.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, they're not white. So clearly you can't be white people.
Oh my gosh, that's weird.
And I'm like, they're potato heads.
Yeah.
It's okay. Who cares? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I mean, we started getting like, I maintain the Twitter feed fairly regularly.
Yeah.
And we got some like Black Pride podcasts that started following us, and not only following us, but sharing us, saying like the brothers of the week who are just joining us. And I'm like, I'm not going to correct them. I'm just not going to do it. And, it's for those people who are like, that's racist. I want to point out there is a show on Netflix right now that I don't know how it's 1, not sexist, and 2, racist at the same time. We're going to call it White Girls.
Oh, yeah.
You get 2 black guys who whiteface and dress in drag. But that is neither racist nor sexist. So, meh. We can be potato heads. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're from Idaho. It's an Idaho thing. You cannot say That's racist because of our darker skin. We're russet potatoes.
Yeah.
This is where we live.
Yeah.
It's not a potato famine over here. So,
Sometimes I wonder, do we need one?
right?
We're starting to get some traffic. Potato famine would be nice right
potato
now.
famine, right? Oh no!
I'm
The
just
Californians leave.
yeah. Why do they keep coming? I moved here from there.
It's cheaper.
I'm part of the problem.
That's not a problem. I mean, it's a gorgeous area, especially this part. So everyone outside of the Boise area hates the Boise area because it's the big population.
Yeah.
And people don't want to be in a big population in Idaho. They want that small rural, which I do too. I've always lived like in Kuna. This is the most urban area I've lived in.
Yeah.
And we're on the outskirts of Nampa, and it's still the most urban that I've ever been in. And I it's too much for me. I'd like to move out a little further, but whatever. But I mean, people move up here to get away from the hustle and bustle, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like my brother lives in LA, and they go camping all the time. But for what would take us 45 minutes,
Yeah.
takes them like 3.5 or 4 hours to get there to go camping out in the desert. Whereas here, 3-4 hours,
Any direction.
you're halfway through the state.
Yeah.
And in beautiful mountain forests. And I mean, so it's like, you can go anywhere within an hour basically and have any kind of scenery. You can have desert, you can have mountain, you can have river, you can have lake, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about Idaho.
Yeah.
When we first came up here to visit and we were trying to decide if we were going to move, that was the thing that we loved about it. It was like we drove through Boise and we were like, wow, this is downtown Boise. That only took 5 minutes.
Right.
And then we were
They call this a downtown.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're driving around and we're checking out all the outskirts and all the areas around, and then like McCall, and I mean, we're just like, dude, this place is amazing.
This is the place to be. And I always love it when people come up and they're the first time through downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown farm.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
It's not as bad now. Like I remember growing up and my parents would be like, that was a cornfield. And I'm like, thank you, ancient. Oh. And now I do the same thing. Like you see that giant subdivision that is nothing but Hubble homes as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
That was corn. And behind it, where that subdivision still is, was hay.
Yeah. I remember even when I first moved here, Eagle Road looks so different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a completely different area now.
It is.
None of the village was there.
No.
I mean, that was all just farmland.
Yeah.
And now it's all, I mean, I think there might have even been a couple spots where we have like full on stoplights that take 3-4 cycles to get through.
Gosh, yes.
Where before it used to be a stop sign.
Yeah.
2 ways,
Yeah.
but then a light for Eagle. So Eagle was a light. And then you came up and stopped.
Yep.
And it was like you were lucky to get to go.
So like I went to a
or it wasn't even a light. It was just go through, and
Yeah.
you were lucky to turn left across. Like there was no way.
Yeah. No, like I went to a charter school. It was the first charter school in Idaho. That's right up there. And seriously, I drove all the way from Kuna, which is, 25-minute drive, which for some people that's like 7 blocks. Here, I mean, that's like literally you're going from one town almost a third town over.
Yeah.
And man, it was nothing. I would take Eagle Road. Now, you couldn't dream of taking Eagle Road. And crap, I graduated in 2003. So 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's changed that much. But, hey, I'm old.
It took me 25 minutes to get here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty far, actually.
You are pretty far. All right, we got to get going. We are almost 20 in.
20 in. But it's a pretty good pre-show.
Your wife didn't nail it on the head at all. We don't talk.
No.
we don't talk. There is no talking in this podcast. Never.
It's okay because we kind of have a shorter podcast this week.
I think we kind of do. Yeah, we totally do.
That's okay, though. I tried to lengthen it by bringing the meat, and I forgot it.
Anthony forgot his delectable meat.
He did.
At Delectable Meats. And soon to be at delectablemeats.com.
Yeah, very soon.
All right, then. Why don't you announce one, and why don't you read one, too?
Sure.
That's all cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be stupid, and why don't I do the actual intro as the Joker?
Okay. That'll be good.
Guest starring Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Sorry. All right, let me arm some tracks here. So I have Pro Tools up. Come on, Pro Tools. Oh, no, come on. Ooh. Yeah, come on, interface. Does it work? All right. Too many pieces and parts running on this thing. All right, here we go. On this episode of Classless Chat.
Why would you eat that? 2017.
Why indeed, Batman. And skyrockets in flight.
Man, the change in voice was so bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
What?
what you are
From
about
you
to
to
hear
me?
is the future of entertainment. May I present to you
was funny.
Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony.
And Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Not really, though.
Not really. It's another sick Drew. Yes, Drew can continue to be sick. Don't ask how. How now, brown cow? So, yeah, I didn't get the actual folder open. I'm like, I am totally ready for this. And now, no, I'm not into the folder. This week, the show is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Thank you.
No
you
fake
go.
ads this week.
No fake ads this week. I'm opening the folder now. I didn't hit the queue, so meh. There you go.
It's okay. You're allowed. You're
Thank
sick.
you.
You're
I'm-
sick this week.
But the sad thing is I feel fine other than the stupid congestion and my voice. And like, seriously, I'm like over here Googling. I chugged 3 different emergencies today
Oh, no.
and I'm sitting there like pressure points for sinus pressure. And I'm like in the kitchen. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yes. And Gabby's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, Gabby. I'm just doing pressure points to help my sinus pressure so I can breathe. And kid you not, she's like, oh, yeah. When I first was able to breathe, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, we're good. All right. Over the 10-year-old's head. We're good. Saved by the proverbial bell. Oh.
Alicia had a migraine last night, and I was like pressing everything in her whole neck, trying to help her. Didn't help.
Good spot is right here.
Oh, yeah, that's
right
a good
there for people who are looking. They're in between, in like the webbing between your thumb and your index finger. Like right there is actually a really. Oh yeah, it's a really good spot.
And it hurts like heck. You can't really do it to yourself. You need someone else to do it to you.
It feels really good to me. I don't know what that says.
You're a do-it-yourself kind of guy.
I'm gonna not dignify that with a response. So before we get attorneys hounding us,
Yeah.
I want to clarify. Mark Hamill as the Joker is not really here for the show. This is Drew not being able to speak again.
You got the laugh, though. You got the laugh
I
down.
was totally like watching it though, and I'm like, dang it, he goes high, but I can't do high.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my voice is to that point where it's like, I can do the lows, but I can't do the
Yeah, he goes up. Especially on
does.
his best performance lately was that Killing Joke.
Yes. You
So
had
good.
me look at that. That was funny.
Yeah, really good. Such a good. It's rated R.
Is it?
Yeah, it's rated
Dang.
R. It's pretty dark.
I guess I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
I watched.
you should watch.
I'll have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to watch the whole Killing Joke.
I saw because I looked up on YouTube and I found just that the Joker section of it,
Yeah,
and I watched that and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah. He does a great job.
He does.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
me too.
I'm impressed. So yes, if you watch the pre-show, you know Drew's still sick, or really Drew's sick again. But I'm not
Yeah,
sick.
again.
Sick. I'm just like sinus congested and drainage, and my voice is gone. Gabby got sick. I finally got better. Gabby got sick. I got it from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave it to her, and then she gave it back to you.
It mutated enough that it hit me hard. My immune system wasn't back, and it mutated just enough, and and then Amber's youngest got diagnosed with influenza A. So, yeah, all sorts of fun.
Yeah, not really.
Ugh. However, on a good note, during the break, I was able, because we were off last week.
Yeah.
Because of Thanksgiving, I was able to mess around with the video feed software, because the video feed software that I was having problems with it. Like I was never able to get it to show up in HD, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Like I'm sitting here, mind you, I did IT for over 10 years. I went to a school of business and technology for high school. My education in college is network administration. I did IT, but then, life happened and I was out of it for a couple years and it's gone. Which happens because technology changes so fast and you specialize in certain things. And my specialization was network administration with an emphasis on security. So, I get in here and this is, video broadcasting, streaming stuff. And I'm expecting just a checkbox like, hey, do you want this to be in HD? Done.
Yeah.
Because, who wouldn't program that in there? That's not a hard button like, here, HD. Thank you. No, it's not in there. And I'm like, I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I did an update on it. And I'm like, okay, I still can't find it. There's still not a button in there. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? And then I finally found a spot where you can manually input in your video ratios, like your actual sizes. And I'm like, if it is as simple as putting in an HD size, I'm going to smack myself in the face. And I did. I put it into 1080p and fixed. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm smacking myself like stupid. And I'm like, I can't believe this. This is so dumb. And I'm testing it. And so if you were paying attention last week or the week before, and we got like 5 or 6 back-to-back live stream, because it automatically posts out there on Twitter and on YouTube or on Facebook when we go live. I was testing it, and 1080p, because I run so much extra on this computer while I'm doing it. All of the audio recording, all of the extra audio is being played off of this. All the processing is being played off of this. And let's face it, it's a 5-year-old computer. It's a 2012 MacBook Pro.
Oh yeah.
So you got a 5-year-old Mac running all of this stuff, and it's a laptop. So the video isn't that great, and the rendering happens through the video card.
Oh,
and so I'm like, it's 1080p. It wouldn't do it. It like, even watching the screen here, it's glick, 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 glick. Like, crap. And so I had to drop it down to 720p. But hey, it's not 4K. But we're finally in the HD realm. 32 episodes in, we're finally broadcasting in HD. Yes. Wow.
Yes. Fist bump.
Right, and air bump, so we are now finally officially broadcasting in HD, so yay.
Hooray.
And I noticed something that I don't know why I hadn't thought of it. In fact, Amber commented like the day after I realized it. Yeah, you and I are going to have to do a new Patreon video.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
You'll have to come here and we'll do a Patreon video real fast one of these days.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it done.
When you're early.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
You're early.
Yeah, at least I wasn't late, though.
Right. No, you weren't late. It was good. It was just like if you can show up 15 or 20 minutes earlier, we can just like
Get through
jot
some
something
stuff,
really
yeah.
fast, just do it, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
So what's happening to you, Brother Bun? Brother Bun. Brother Man. I don't Aunt Honey.
Well, so it's just been crazy. Pretty much after the 4-day weekend, that's how my work phone just goes off like insanity all day on Monday after a long break.
Right.
And so Monday was just chaos. And then Friday is a big event that Alicia's putting on at the church, and it's a women's Christmas dinner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I got like semi-volunteered with the stipulation that I might serve 40 plates of food. And I'm like, okay, 40 plates of food.
That's doable.
That's doable. I have 2 Traegers. I barbecue a lot of food. I can, I can do this. Well, that number's changed to 73.
Oh, at least it's not 120 like I was thinking.
Yeah. Well, it was a huge hit with getting,
to pull
people
pork.
to. I can't even do it because we said beef or chicken.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm doing roast beef because it's Christmas dinner.
Ooh.
So, so I was, but I'm going through Yeah, I tried shoulder clod, which is a nice big 6-pound roast, and it has different sections, and they all come out different. And then I did, I did prime rib on Thanksgiving, and that came out amazing. And my wife was like looking at me like, "Can you do this for dinner?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could do it for the Christmas dinner, but it's going to cost a lot of money."
Right?
And I managed to get mine for like $6 a pound.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got it for super cheap.
That's at Prime?
No, it wasn't prime grade. It was no, it was a rib roast, but at probably choice grade.
Okay. Well,
So
still,
it
it's
wasn't.
better.
Yeah, it wasn't prime grade, but even still, but you can get. You can't find it for like less than $11 a pound right now. So I was like, sweet. So yeah, I saw that roast. I'm like, heck yeah, and I had a gift card, so I got it for free pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I made that. But yeah, so I've been practicing roasts like all week. So I have like pounds and pounds and pounds of roast beef in my fridge because I keep making different roasts every week or every day, pretty much for like the last week. And yeah, so my wife's just like, "Hey, try this one," and I'm like, "Okay," and so I made it. So I have like bottom round and chuck and different types of chuck and clawed, and I've done all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've just been barbecuing like crazy. I've gone through a 40-pound bag of pellets in like 4 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
That is insane.
But yeah, so Friday I'm taking the day off of work, and then I'm going.
Shucks.
I'm getting off. Yeah, and I'm getting off early tomorrow so I can work on prep because I have to prep. I think it's 12 chickens.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm making 12 whole chickens, and I'm also making 18 roasts.
Jeez.
So somehow I have to make all of that on Friday.
Dang.
And I've got 3 Traegers to work with because I have 2
Right.
and I'm borrowing one.
Okay.
And then I have help from my friend from church, Ethan's dad, Tom Wedland.
Nice.
He's bringing out an infrared for the chicken.
Oh, cool.
So he's gonna help me with the chicken, and then
Awesome.
I'm dry brining the roasts so they can tenderize a bunch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna grill them up. And the ones I've been making have been coming out good. Did you see the pictures?
No, I haven't seen the pictures.
Okay, so I made this is chuck. We decided to go with chuck roast. It's
Chuck's good. Chuck's
yeah,
a
it's
cut.
good. It's got a nice nice flavor. So
I
this
like
is
Chuck.
this is the chuck that I made. It's got a nice smoke ring on it.
Oh, yeah. Let's show that.
So I smoked it at 225 for like 5 hours.
Looks so good.
And once it hit about 160, I wrapped it with foil. And then you don't have to add any water. There's so much fat in chuck. You don't have to add anything to it. So you just wrap it in foil, and then it pushes through the stall. Because there's a stall between like 160 and 180-ish, 170, where it'll just sit at that temperature forever. And so sometimes it takes 3 hours to push through the stall.
Oh, geez.
So, but I wrapped it so it would speed up that process, and then I pulled it off the grill at 205 degrees internal temp,
Nice.
and then put it in a cooler for an hour.
Awesome.
Yep.
Let it rest.
And it came out like, I mean,
But,
it was like I was pressing my knife on it, and it was just slicing it right in
That's
half.
awesome.
So it's come out really good.
That's awesome. That sounds
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna be really busy. I'm probably gonna be exhausted, but it's a really cool event. Alicia threw this. So she threw this event. She's the one who put it on at the church. She runs the women's ministry.
Sure.
And so it's a Christmas dinner. There's a speaker. She's gonna. I can't remember her name right now. Joy, I think. Can't remember her last name though. So she's speaking, and then all the men of the church who feel like volunteering are going to serve and do dishes, and the women get to come listen to a speaker and be served Christmas dinner essentially.
Nice.
And so then they don't have to do anything.
That's
they don't
cool.
have to clean up or anything.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the plan for this week.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's better than my last Friday.
Yeah.
So you know what sucks when your kid gets sick the day before Thanksgiving? you miss Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to go Black Friday this year.
Oh.
So you miss Black Friday.
Oh.
And you have somebody who calls you desperately needing photography done. And they live in this community. And you know the community. I'm sure you do. When you head up towards like McCall and you just get into the foothills and there's, you just hit that first plateau. You start going up into the foothills and you hit this plateau.
Yeah.
And there's that weird subdivision off to the right. Mm-hmm. You know that spot? It's called Avamore.
Yeah.
And she tells me, and I'm like, I've never heard of the name. She's like, oh, we're out in Avamore. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like I know some people like they take such pride in what subdivisions they live in, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
great. And I'm like, and I'm looking it up like Avamore, and if you Google Avamore in this area, you get at it's not assisted living, it's like a transitional care home.
Oh.
It's for people out of surgery. It's like for rehab and stuff.
Okay.
Not like, mental or drug rehab, but like surgery rehab. It's for people who have had surgeries or they're elderly and they fall and they need rehab.
Yeah.
Transitionally. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're this kind of a place. And she goes, okay. And I'm like, all right, well, man, yeah, absolutely. Because I had told her, I'm like, Black Friday, you want somebody to come and do photos on Black Friday? Good luck.
Yeah.
And she tells me that, and I'm like, oh, you're this place. And she goes, okay. And I'm like, so this is for like all the residents and everything. And she goes, well, yeah, kind of. And I'm like, okay, yeah, for something like that, absolutely. You're doing Thanksgiving on an off day so that the employees can go and be with their families, blah, blah, blah. I'll totally go do this.
Yeah.
And so after I agree to do this, she turns it around and tells me, oh, no. It's in the Avamore subdivision. This is just at my house with my family.
Oh, whoops.
And I'm like, you just lied to me about where you were at to get me to say yes. And now I'm stuck at it. And I'm like, fine. Then she tells me that she's getting my number off of an ad that specifically has a discounted rate. So now I'm doing a holiday shoot at a discount.
Yeah.
After I told her no.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck at it. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah. And then Gabby gets sick.
Right. And Gabby's sick. And so, no, they call me Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
In 2 days? No. And on Black Friday? Absolutely not. And then I'm like, okay, well, for something like that, okay, I will make an exception. She's like, it's going to be at like 4 o'clock. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
We're done shopping, whatever. And so I have my mom. She's going to come and watch the kid, watch Gabby. And my mom comes out. And I get out there, and the lady balks at me wanting to be paid up front. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't know. You have somebody coming out to your place. You don't know their credibility other than you're calling off of an ad.
Yeah.
I'm paying for advertising at least. It's not like you just, somebody said, hey, call this guy. He's just random Joe. And I'm like, okay, fine. I will send you proofs. And once you approve the proofs and pay me, then I'll send you the full quality.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can be okay with that. I'm like, fine. Well, I'm not feeling well at that point when I'm doing the editing. And so I don't even think about it. I'm just pounding through it, get the editing done. And they turned out great, especially for being in the backyard of this person's house where it's backed by desert.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking, they had like 30 people there. So, some of these are like seriously wide shots and stuff. It turned out really well. And I didn't even think about doing lower resolution images at first.
Yeah.
I just did the whole things and sent them to her. And, these are great. And we had agreed upon, sending her a PayPal invoice and she'd pay via PayPal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect. I'm sending you the PayPal invoice. Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't been paid.
You still haven't been paid?
I still haven't been paid.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? I did a Black Friday. You lied to me to get a Black Friday shoot that I told you no to.
Yeah.
And now you haven't even paid. And I'm like, I even let her know I'm a widower with a sick kid at home.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you're not paying your bill. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had
Thank you very much.
I had an oddly similar, kind of almost similar experience this week with a customer.
Yeah.
So I probably should keep this kind of vague.
Probably a good idea.
But
I didn't keep it vague because I can almost guarantee you this lady would not listen to this show.
I don't think this lady would either. So we're doing a custom home.
Oh.
And
fancy.
Yeah. And I got a call last week on, I think it was Tuesday. Hey, I really need fire sprinklers. Can you bid this? Sure. No problem. I'll bid it to you immediately. I bid it the same day, like less than an hour after she sent me the plans.
That's amazing.
I bid the job and sent it back to her because she was like, the house is done. It's totally framed. All the electrical's done. All the plumbing's done. I'm now being told I need fire sprinklers. I knew.
So everything stopped.
Yeah,
because of
everything
it.
stopped.
Yeah.
But I knew full well that that was not true because I knew the subdivision and I know the fire marshal there very well and I work with him a lot.
So you're like, you knew.
Yeah, I'm like, she knew, but that's okay. She's in a rush.
Yeah.
So I got her the bid. Well,
And I'm hoping you gave her a rush bid.
I gave her a rush bid. I got it, I got it to her really quick. But I said,
I mean, price wise.
yeah, no. I mean, I took care of it.
Okay,
No,
well, that's
I wasn't getting crazy. But so in our phone conversation after I sent it to her, she made it sound like, I need this done like right now. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, tomorrow's the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
We're gone the next 2 days. You know, we're off. No one works Friday.
No.
I mean, come on. Almost no one works
We're
Friday.
not retail.
Except for you, apparently.
Right. We're not retail. Yeah. And me.
Yeah, and you. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to be off. Even if we got it done Wednesday, we're not going to have an inspection Friday
Right.
because none of the fire marshals are going to work. So we should probably just come out and do this Monday,
Yep.
and then we'll get it inspected by Tuesday or Wednesday. That wasn't good enough for her. So I'm like, okay, well, you just let me know. Like, pretty much it was like, and then she was kind of saying, like, in our next conversation went even weirder. She was like, I don't even understand why I need these, and I'm really mad. I'm going to sue the state and everybody else. And
I'm
I
going to
was just
sue
like,
the state because they want me to be safe.
yeah, and well, and I was just like,
How
okay,
dare they?
You know, basically I just left it at this. I said, you just let me know if you need them.
Yeah.
If you need them and you want to use us, just let me know. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And so that's how I left it. Well, then she's emailing me over the 4-day holiday, and I'm getting the emails,
Right.
but none of my guys are working. I'm not asking them to work.
No.
I'm not going to go fit this. I can't even get the material because my supplier's closed.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm not going to respond to this until I get back to work.
Yeah.
There's no point. What is it going to do? So I finally, we get the approval to move forward. We get the design and submitted within 24 hours.
Sure.
Okay. Signed contract, design submitted within 24 hours. So we're like taking care of this lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like beyond what any expectation should be. I mean, if you asked any subcontractor in the valley right now if they could submit a set of plans within a day, they would laugh at you.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Try like 2 weeks.
we bent over backwards for her.
Yeah.
So we did this, and then the day of the install, after she told me to rush it and get it done, I order materials. I get everything out there. My guy's on site, and she sends me an email basically saying to hold off.
Oh man.
And I called her up and I was like, listen, my guy is on site fitting this right now. So if you call me off the job now, you're going to pay for the plan and engineering now and the permit fees.
Yep.
And you're going to pay a restocking fee on all the materials because I'm not paying this bill. I'm going to take the materials back to my supplier and you're going to pay my restock fee. I'm not paying that.
Right.
And all of my guys' time for being out there, you're paying that too. And she was like getting kind of mad.
I can't believe you do that. I'm going to sue you with this.
So she was really mad. So then she said, go ahead and move forward. And then she sends me an email later that day asking me about the underground sizing. And I said, I already talked to Adamson. This is their well driller.
Yeah.
Someone who we work with all the time, who's actually located in Nampa.
Nice.
And I said, I've already talked to your well driller. They told me this is the size. Why are you freaking out about this size? This is the size they told me they're putting in. That's what I've designed to. Well, they told me it's going to cost more. Okay, well, it's not because it's the same size.
Right.
I designed it to the size underground that they told you they would bid already.
Right.
You need to get another bid because now you're putting in fire sprinklers.
Yep.
But your underground size has nothing to do with it.
No.
Well, now she gets a rebid and it's more. And then she's like, I don't get it. Why is this more? You told me it wouldn't be more. And I'm like, why are you putting words into my mouth? I said this. These are the things I said.
Right.
And I even told you, when I told you that the size was the same, that they told me they might have to drill it deeper and it might cost more and you need to get another bid.
Right.
And so I'm like, this lady hears a quarter of what I say and then makes up the rest of it.
Right.
And then emails me accusing me essentially of lying, which no. And we have email correspondence back and forth that are pretty clear about what happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Man.
So I'm at the verge of like saying, okay, look, we're 90% done with this job already.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a bill for the 90%.
Have somebody finish it.
Just have somebody else finish it.
Oh,
like,
jeez.
just I'm at that verge. Like right now, here's the trim. You finish it.
Right.
I'm literally at that point right now because I'm like, this lady's just man. So I don't even want to go there. But that's so I've been there, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny like when people do stuff like they lie, like, and then I'm like, dude, I have this email. Like, you can't even say that I said that because I have this email right here where I said what it says. And then if you read the proposal that you signed,
why we do this in writing.
it says, yeah. Well, she asked me why I needed a signed proposal, and she's like, I didn't sign anything with my plumbers, and I'm like, I seriously doubt that.
Right.
But okay, and I said, handshake construction agreements ended 20 years ago.
Yep.
I said those words to her. And I said, if
absolutely.
you want me to begin the engineering, you must sign this contract. I'm not going to start anything until you sign it.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah. Construction people got screwed way too much. So
Yeah. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to play that game.
No.
So now we're
Now we're into it. Yep.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah, and it's holiday season.
It is.
It's hard to be cheerful when you have people who are like,
well, it is. And the sad thing is, I mean, here's I think part of it is, I mean, they have so much stress trying to get everything done for their family and everything too. So, I mean, they're feeling it, and then it hits you, and you're like, you're feeling your family stuff, and now their aggression's coming towards you too, and it's like, ugh.
yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, I don't want to be rude to this lady. She tried calling me on Sunday night, and I'm like, no, I'm not answering. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she called me this lady called me multiple times too over the holiday weekend, and I'm like, you're calling me on Friday, like morning. I was getting calls from her at like 7 a.m. in the morning.
No.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I told you I don't work this day. I'm not working.
yeah, I already told her that.
Yep.
And it's like, if it was like an emergency, 100% I answer the phone. 8 o'clock at night,
Right.
There was a broken sprinkler head last week.
Yeah.
Not last week, the week before, out in Donnelly, and it flooded a
Yeah,
whole
but you hadn't
patio.
even started.
Yeah, and
It's like, no.
yeah, and I'm like,
Or did
yeah.
you start on
No,
it?
we hadn't even started. No, we hadn't even started
That's
it yet.
awesome.
Yeah, she was calling me on like the Friday and stuff, and I'm like,
Where are your people? No.
yeah, no, we're not.
No.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
All
so
right.
anyway,
Well, I think 27 minutes is long enough.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we should.
we had 2 weeks to go over.
We had 2 weeks to go. And sadly, I mean, because of the holidays, we didn't talk
No, we didn't. We texted back and forth a little
a
bit.
couple times, and that
Yeah.
was about it.
Yeah,
So I'm going to push this button here.
sure.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
I love this article.
I know. That's why when you're like, I was like, do you, you're busy. Do you just want me to pick it out for you? And you're like, yeah, please. And I found this. I'm like, we're doing it.
Yeah, it's a good one. 14 of the most outlandish fast food abominations of 2017. Yeah, and we called this "Why Would You Eat That?" 2017,
Right.
which is very fitting.
It is. And the answer to most of this is no, I would not eat
Yeah,
this.
I don't think so. 2017 has been challenging for many reasons, and we didn't expect fast food to be one of them. Sadly, here we are. Don't believe me? Just take a look at this year's most bizarre creations. Anything from chicken-scented bath bombs to chicken coffee. All of that actually happened this year, and they
Nothing
weren't
gets-
even the worst.
Ladies, nothing gets your man going like chicken scented bath bombs.
Oh
Find
my
yours
gosh.
at your local Scentsy dealer.
You walk by the bathroom. Hey, baby, what's that smell?
Why does it smell like chicken noodles?
Yeah. That's so disgusting. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so don't believe me? Take a look at these year's bizarre creations. Anything from I already read that. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, the first one. So take a look at a few of the atrocities that fast food companies rolled out this sad year. This is a good article.
Oh, yeah.
Volcano crispy chicken chips. Taco Bell tested out these spicy triangular fried chicken chips in Knoxville, Tennessee area. They
I
literally
remember this. And they're like triangle chicken nuggets that are like
Pounded
so
thin.
thin. Right. It's like, We want to serve you batter and batter only.
That's really what it is. It's just batter.
With a cheese sauce.
Yeah. This is why I don't
Call
buy
it chicken.
Yeah. This is why I don't buy popcorn chicken, by the way. Because it's literally
It's almost all batter.
Yeah, it's pretty much all batter. Yeah, so they look disgusting.
And that's why they didn't become a hit. Because they probably were disgusting.
Yeah. The naked chicken chalupa. I actually remember this one too.
I do too.
A week later, they made a chicken shell for a chalupa. So it's literally just a piece of chicken pounded into a circle, fried in batter, and then wrapped around some lettuce, cheese, and sour cream.
Right. So instead of having a shell, you just have the chicken. And you know what? KFC did it too.
Yeah.
But I think they did it last year or the year before, where they did like 2 chicken breasts or something with like bacon and stuff in the middle. It's like, that's their sandwich. And it's like, I mean, I'm as much of a meat guy as anybody else, but that's starting to push it.
Yeah. And then the naked chicken chips, which are the same thing basically.
Now, I'm sorry, a cheeseburger with grilled cheese sandwiches as the buns, that I'd probably go for.
I think I'd do that.
I would.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
If it wouldn't kill me, I would totally do it.
Gotta die from something.
Totally.
Can't say that.
If I get diagnosed with something terminal, I'm like, yeah, that's how I'm going.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell. I can't tell Boz that anymore. Although we were supposed to do lunch this weekend.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, if I have a heart attack, no, can't do that.
Yep.
He actually had a heart attack. So for those of you who don't get that,
yeah, poor guy, super young, way too young to have a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet and crunchy tenders. This sounds so gross. I don't care.
Wait, they did the naked chicken chips again.
Yeah. Well, it was just more chips, more of the chicken chips.
Right.
But yeah, then sweet and crunchy tenders. So this is Popeyes made cookie crusted chicken tenders.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
Here, have a cookie with your chicken.
Like,
in your bath.
There's some things you can get away with, like chicken and waffles. That you can get away with. That's really good. But cookie batter, basically cookie dough on chicken, that doesn't make sense.
No. Speaking of chicken and waffles, I'm really fast. I saw on Facebook, because Facebook has become, and this is like the thing that I hate, Facebook has become Craigslist.
Yeah, it has.
With like social media stuff on it.
Yeah.
It has become like a marketplace, and that's all you see everywhere. And I saw one today that had me laughing. It was a blue little and it wasn't even like a regular camp trailer. It was one of those changing room trailers. It was the super small 15-foot or less trailer.
Yeah.
And they're like, food truck fully ready for what was it? Food truck fully ready for health inspection. And someone's like, you got to have 4 sinks for it to be health inspected. And they're like, oh, we've got 4 sinks. We'll have pictures of the inside soon. And then all of a sudden, poof, there's pictures of the inside. Kid you not. It is 4 of the 3 dishwashing sinks with a lid welded in place. And then another sink over there for hand washing. And there is 2 tiny square kitchen tables, one back by the sinks, and then a bigger one up at the front end of it, and they're calling this a food truck. And I'm like, what are you cooking?
Yeah,
you gonna bring a panini press in there? I mean, what are you doing? You can't cook. There's no food prep in there anywhere.
How do you prep food in there at all?
Right. It's like, this is not a food truck. This is a trailer with 2 tables and 4 sinks.
They might as well turn it into a small dog grooming truck or something.
There was no oven hood. There was nothing. There's no ventilation. There was nothing else done. You're like, seriously? And they're like $2,000. And there was a sign in the window that said 1,500. And somebody commented, and so they put stickers on the pictures. You can do little emoji stickers. They put stickers over, and they're like, no, we're not selling it for 1,500. We're selling it for $2,000. It's like, you're calling this a food truck, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, 2,000 is a great deal for that kind of a trailer set up that way, I guess, but you got to do the wiring, you got to do the ventilation, you got to do everything else. There's nothing else there.
Yeah, there's no room for anything.
It's like, oh my gosh.
That's great.
It's a taco truck, but bring everything pre-cooked and have it in coolers.
Yeah. Wow.
It was awesome. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's funny though.
Totally got me there. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, that's actually irritating.
Oh my
I hate that
gosh.
type of stuff.
It's like the infamous, I'll take that thing you're selling used. Can you meet me over here 10 miles from where you're at?
Yeah.
Sure. And you get there and now will you take this price instead?
Yeah.
No. In fact, now it's an extra $10 for gas
Yeah.
because you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. I've been
Drugs
there.
are bad. Okay.
Yeah. I've been there for
Gosh.
that. Yep. I had a guy do that to me on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
bye.
Nope. In fact, now you don't get to buy it.
Yeah. And I just drove away.
Cheers.
Lucky Charm Shake, number 5 at Burger King.
I probably would have done it.
I might have tried that. It sounds like a lot of sugar, though.
So Arctic Circle did a couple years ago. They did a Sour Patch Kids shake,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm like, I love Sour Patch Kids. I'm gonna do it.
Was it good?
It tasted fine, but I almost lost my teeth
I'm sure.
because Sour Patch Kids, when they get hard or
Yeah.
when they get cold, they get really hard
Yeah.
and still really like sticky. It's like a Butterfinger, but hard. And I was like, it's a terrible idea. Let's do product testing with this.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
I probably would have done the Lucky Charm shake though.
I think I might have tried that. I know my daughter would love something like that.
Probably.
We can't even have Lucky Charms in our house because they just eat all the marshmallows out of it.
Yeah, my kids used to do that too.
Yeah. Number 6, Minions Everything. So
Yep.
spicy chicken nuggets shaped like Minions, I think. No, it's Minion shaped potatoes from
There's the
McDonald's.
Minion potatoes,
Why?
which is basically like the hash brown wedges that are like less of it.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't make
looks so
any
weird.
sense.
Zinger Meteorite.
Oh yeah, because they were selling. It's $20,000. They actually have it there. It was an actual meteorite that they had like made into a chicken sandwich.
Yes,
So it looked like a chicken sandwich.
that's amazing. Firecracker burrito.
Yeah, I remember that too. Ugh.
It doesn't look good even.
No.
Although Taco Bell, seriously, I hate Taco Bell.
Yeah.
As a kid, I used to eat there all the time, and I can't even have a bean burrito from there now.
Oh,
I'll just
yeah.
like I'll gag.
Seriously, looking at that, you know what? The first thing that pops into my mind with that, it's gonna hurt going out.
It just doesn't. Well, I'm not sure if
It doesn't look. That doesn't look like I want to put it in.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And like, I mean, the red stuff, it just looks like.
Well,
Ow.
Well, and like I used to not know because in California, I think maybe they weren't ran right or something, but out here, Del Taco, really good.
Yeah, they can
And
be.
it's like pretty fresh for fast food.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
it's not bad. I can't eat anything there though.
I know it's all
There
gluten,
is
right?
not a single thing that is gluten free on their menu.
Yeah, that makes,
Even their French fries, they don't have dedicated fryers or anything.
Yeah.
Everything has gluten in it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Naked egg taco, Taco Bell. That's just it just looks so gross.
It's your egg. It's basically it's a fried egg
Yeah.
that they then fold up into the shell and put it looks like more scrambled egg
Yeah, it looks like it.
and put the potatoes.
So it's an egg wrapped around egg with potatoes and a little onion
Yeah.
and some cheese.
Yeah. Well, I think that's bacon, but yeah.
Is that
so,
bacon?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, maybe it's not onion. Maybe that's
I
bacon.
think it's
Yeah,
bacon.
that looks gross.
The chocodilla.
That's
The chocolate quesadilla.
you said that just like
Count Chocula.
go make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Eat your food, Tina.
Yeah, Tina,
your
eat the food.
Bet you I could throw that chocolate quesadilla over the mountains right there.
Yeah, Uncle Rico, get off me, you bodaggett.
If coach had put me in the fourth quarter, my life would be different.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in a hot tub with my soulmate.
That movie's so good, and
It's
I love
awesome.
that it was filmed in Preston.
I know, it's so great.
It's amazing.
I loved it. Oh my gosh, here you go. Here it is. There's your thing.
Yep.
Go for it.
11 KFC bath bombs.
Oh, baby.
Be thankful you exist at the same time as KFC bath bombs. That's
Because-
a tweet.
Because you too can have 11 herbs and spices.
I guess they put it. I guess. I guess these.
Oh my gosh. I can see all of like the middle class moms who are into like the doTERRA oils.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I had a cold and I did a KFC bath bomb with 11 herbs and spices. And oh my gosh, Becky, I was like, gone. It worked better than chamomile. I swear.
Did you know that? Did you know that the KFC Twitter page only follows 6 guys named Herb, and then all 5 Spice Girls?
Yep. Yep. 11 herbs and spices. I love it. It's so smart too. Somebody caught on to it too. I loved it. It's so great.
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah. The Szechuan sauce that McDonald's.
Which we did another article where somebody traded it for like a car.
Yeah. That's so crazy. And then 13, the buffalo flavored latte. Tim Hortons, that's a Canadian place.
No.
I guess they have them in Buffalo.
Do they?
Yeah. So there's in the northern regions of New England.
So is it like a buffalo wing? Or is it like, zesty buffalo seasoning?
Zesty, yeah. So it's
Ew.
it's basically like a latte with Frank's Red Hot. That sounds so vile.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's
No
gross.
way.
And then the McVegan,
The
vegan
McVegan.
burger
Oh my
from
gosh.
McDonald's. That sounds horrible.
I love it. What show was it? And I think it's one of the shows that you love. We're like, would you like to try our vegan, 100% vegan, meat-free bacon? Sure, I'll take one. Drops in the garbage. I'll take another one.
Yeah,
No.
that's Ron Swanson
Yeah.
in Parks and Rec.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite.
It's so awesome.
I love my favorite quote from that entire show is there's a scene where Ron's sitting at his desk doing nothing, and this lady barges into his office and asks a question, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, am I interrupting anything?" And he goes, "That's impossible. I work for the government."
I still tell people that's close enough for the government job.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be a union job. Get me a shovel.
Ron's character is so classic in that show because he's like the perfect caricature of like a very uninformed libertarian, and he'll say stuff like what's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh, this guy Tom on the show. It's Aziz Ansari's character.
Okay.
And he says he goes, "I like Tom. He doesn't do much around here."
Oh my gosh.
He's the perfect example of a government employee. It's such a great show.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't seen Parks and Rec, definitely watch it. 'Cause
I would
it's-
tease my dad relentlessly.
Really?
Relentlessly, because he was a code enforcement officer for the city.
Yeah.
I won't say what city. He has since retired, but they got to the point where they no longer wanted the actual code enforcement officers to have desks at City Hall. And so they let them work from home. Dumbest decision any government could ever do. Have a government employee work from home. Seriously. I mean, come on. And now it's code enforcement, so he has to go out and like do citations and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically like, they're not a cop, so you can't carry a gun.
Yeah.
But it's people who are breaking like code violations, like you can't have junk cars like that all over your property. You can't have, you actually have to take care of your place as a fire hazard and you can't do this. And, yada, yada, yada. And I kid you not, he got to the point where his health was way downhill. And I think it was actually really nice because he had multiple back surgeries. He could barely move. His health was diminishing and he was about to retire. Like had already told everybody, I'm doing my early retirement because Percy, the government retirement plan.
Yeah.
If he did early retirement at 62, he took home the exact same amount as if he waited until 65 because he had pointed out because he'd been working government ever since he was military and then he was state police and then he was this.
Yeah.
He pointed out. And
Wow.
so he's like, I'm doing early retirement. There's no point in staying. I can't do it with my health.
Yeah.
And so they let it slide. Thank God. I don't know how else he would have done it.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, there were days he'd wake up at 11
Oh, wow.
and he'd be back and he'd, leave for lunch and he'd be back at the house by like 2:30 or 3 working on
Oh
paperwork.
my gosh.
Working on paperwork, and it's like, dang. All right, good for you.
That's nice. Hopefully, you're not implicating him in some lawsuits or anything on this show.
My name is Amigo Amigo Montoya. You can my father prepare to die. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what time it is?
Yep.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
That doesn't get old.
It doesn't. I love it. It's so funny. Amber's like, she hates your voice. She thinks she sounds like a boy because her voice is low. And I'm like, she does have a lower voice for a girl, but it's totally a girl.
Yeah.
You can totally tell that's a little girl.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. I mean, it's not like she's Princess Vespa from Spaceballs. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Oh, she's a bass. No. And so, I mean, it's not like that. So it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. The little native Asian who still thinks she's like, you're racist. And I'm like, you don't even know what that means. I'm about as far from racist as you can get, but that's okay. Thanks. Well, you are, because you say stuff, and I'm like, you say it because I'm white.
Yeah.
She's like, well, yeah, white people are racist. And I'm like, that right there is the actual definition of racism. Thank you very much. Point to Drew. All right. So moving on. We're doing this now.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
It's my problem. I can't.
Yep.
I love to watch the movie, but I mean, even Amber will tell you, that's not real. I am the worst guy in the world. Like, someone doesn't understand physics.
Yeah.
And we were watching some Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and it's a newer one, and they're all like trapped in this. It was a mall, like trying to save this girl, and this mercenaries were all coming in trying to kill them all, and they're fighting them off inside the mall, and they hooked up batteries, like car batteries, to a drop fence. And the guy comes up and he grabs the actual fence, and they have to smack him off with a shovel. And I'm like, inaccuracy. And she goes, what? What? And I'm like, no. DC blows you off. DC,
Yeah.
it's AC. It's AC goes back and forth. That's why your muscles are going like this and you can't let go. DC, you go, poof. It's why Jurassic Park pisses me off because the kid on the wire, poof.
Yeah.
It's like, it's possible it's a full DC unit. They never say. So, I mean, it's possible, but the likelihood of that being DC, pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
And so that
like,
kid should have been there doing this and dying.
Yeah.
And that guy should have been, poof, and it's reversed. And I'm like, physics, people, physics.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm horrible about that. That's where I can't stand it. But the kids be like, are they going to be okay? And I'm like, watch the movie. I have no idea. Gosh, you know as much as I do.
That's funny.
Yeah, we watched Trading Places.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in. Oh, I'm just going to punch the microphone across
Yeah, thanks.
the
I'll
room.
send you a bill.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't seen it in years.
I hadn't either.
It was the first time I'd seen it in years.
I had to talk Gabby into watching it with me.
Oh, yeah. Were you regretting it?
No.
No.
I mean, even with the language and everything, she knows, like, oh, we don't say that. And, you know, people say that stuff. And
There's a lot more nudity in it than I remembered.
yeah, I had my hand there. It's like, visor.
Yeah.
Nope. There was more than I remembered as well.
Yeah.
But all in all, still, it's a great movie.
It is.
It's either my kids are like, is this movie about anything?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I mean, you know, yeah, it's about one, people could say it's about corporate greed. It's about, you know, rich people taking advantage of everybody else. But realistically, it's really about people getting screwed
Yep.
and giving the people who screwed them what they deserve
Yep.
for $1.
Yeah. That it's I love it, and Eddie Murphy's character is hilarious.
Oh man, he's great.
Dan Aykroyd plays a pretty good, like, stuffy
He does.
Rich white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The butler is probably my favorite character.
Talk about blackface.
Yeah, I know. There was so many
man.
moments.
Oh, you remember, man. Yeah, man. And I love how you can see his lips are still like peach. He's like, yeah, man, I remember, yeah. Rastafarian.
I was watching the movie and I was thinking, this is like what Mel Brooks said about Blazing Saddles. Like, you couldn't make this movie right now.
No, absolutely not.
Like,
absolutely not.
I think they said the N-word like at least 4 times. And it was not in the context that, like, if you had a movie now, might use the word.
No. They actually just said it just to say it.
Yeah, and there was like pretty racist moments in it.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, I would never let, in this type of person run my company.
Right.
And I was like, oh man.
You would never.
You couldn't get away with that right now.
Which and the thing is
1983, I think, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's still true today. There are still people like that.
Yeah.
And it's pointing out the truth. And I still think Blazing Saddles is hilarious because it's actually making fun of racism and saying that racism is stupid, and it shows how the racists turn and realize that they're wrong. And it's
it's the same thing.
Like, come on.
This is kind of like, that's like an underlying theme in this film too. Because it's like, you take a person who's got like a lot of disadvantages, and then they give him opportunity, and then that person is showing, okay, this is like, I'm making it now. And then you have a person who was making it, who you would think like, okay, this person has like privilege, right? And then they take away everything, and then this person's like wielding a gun and doing crazy things, and like getting drunk in the streets. And
it's a giant social experiment, is what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. And
way
it's
out of proportion, but still there.
If you haven't seen the movie, which by now you should have seen it because it's like 25, 26 years old or something.
It's older than that.
Yeah, it's 30 something years. Yeah, 30 something years old, older than me.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good film. Eddie Murphy's hilarious.
Yep.
Anything he's been in has been funny.
Just about,
yeah.
Like Haunted Mansion, no.
Well, I mean, in the early days.
Yeah, when he was Eddie Murphy, yes. Before he got kid conscious, some of his kid conscious stuff has been okay, but really,
no.
Before kid consciousness, he was great.
And I actually forgot how good of an actress Jamie Lee Curtis is.
Right?
Like, I was watching the film going, man, she was such a great actress.
Oh, you totally believed her character.
Yeah, totally believable.
Totally believable.
She's actually, honestly, she's probably the best actress or actor in the whole film.
Probably.
I would say I think she even does better than Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. I was really impressed by her, and I was like, I'm watching. I saw her face, and she has the wig. So at first, you're not quite sure who she is.
Yep.
Because that's totally not a look that she would ever have. And I'm like, who is that? I can't remember who this is. And then she takes the wig off, and I'm like, okay, that's who it is.
Duh.
Yeah, it was a big duh moment, but great movie, hilarious. Dan Aykroyd's awesome.
Yep.
I wish he was. I mean, I know he's still doing stuff, but.
Not like he used to.
Not like he used to. The 80s were his heyday.
The 80s and early 90s. Well, not even the early 90s. Late 70s and early 80s were, and 80s, excuse me, were totally his heyday.
Yeah,
and
I was like,
you can't do that kind of humor anymore.
No,
it's
you
just
can't.
not there, which sucks because I think if somebody did, they would make bank because the average person wants it. They totally want it.
Yeah, and well, it's like it's pushing the buttons in society that need to be pushed. Like that's one of the things about comedy that I like so much, especially like even like dark humor. You're touching on subjects. Yeah, especially dark humor. You're touching on subjects that, like, that's the point of comedy.
Yeah. Like
people get mad when people use comedy to joke about stuff that's a difficult topic. Well, no, that's the whole point of comedy.
Yeah.
Is so you can
There's no limits.
deal with it.
Right.
It's a way that people cope sometimes. And so it is very frustrating that you can't have jokes like that anymore. I
will say there are like the most F-bomb ridden scene in Hollywood. I can't back this up because I haven't seen everything. And I mean, yeah, Pulp Fiction has a ton, and there's so much now that just pushes the envelope. They're like, man, everybody else they did it 3 million times. We're going to do it 5 million times. But
yeah,
in one scene that specifically sticks out, planes, trains, and automobiles. You know the scene.
I don't think I do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's like trying to rent the car.
Yeah.
And and I mean, it's just, and I mean, he's just laying out on her. And I was like, oh my gosh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. it's not tasteful, but you totally understand the moment. And it's like, I get it. I get it. I've been there. We've all been there. We all want to just blow up, and it happens. And it's only in one spot of the movie. Whereas today, it's like, it's everywhere. And it's like, I've been listening to a bunch of different podcasts. Like, I'll go through and find a different podcast, and I'll listen to a different podcast a day, try to, try to support some other podcasters and things like that. And trying to see, not necessarily competition, because I don't think of it as competition. It's a great community.
Yeah.
But the big critique that I could have with so many of the comedic podcasts, or quote comedic podcasts, I have two main critiques with them. One, you're either really, really dry and boring the whole way through, and you think it's funny, but no one else does.
Yeah.
Or, which I mean is fine, you can have one or two people in there. You got to have somebody with a little stronger personality to pull that together. But whatever, it works. But they don't have that, and so I don't know how they call it a comedy. And two, the actual bigger one to me is the amount of F-bomb dropping.
Yeah.
Like, they just try to do the shock and awe, but it's no longer shock and awe anymore. It's just one of those like, oh, you can't listen to that with the kids around. And that's why we try really, really hard. Like last episode, afterwards, you're like, I can't believe it. You dropped the S one. And I'm like, I caught it as it was coming out and was like, whatever.
Yeah.
One here and there, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we don't swear all the time. We want this to be a show to where people can listen with their kids around and stuff, and not be having to sit there like, oh, earmuffs, you can't listen to this and worry about it. We want to be funny and relevant without having, you don't have to say that.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to force it.
No, that's the thing, is like, if it comes out naturally, whatever.
Yeah.
It happens. If you're just sitting there like, oh, I'm so and so, and as always is my F man, F, Mr. Fster. I mean, then that's like, what? Why? If that's all you've got, go to grammar school. Get something, figure it out.
You're reminding me of the scene from Boondock Saints after they kill the Russian mobsters.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and his name tag says Jafar, I think, or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was a good one though.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, F this and how the F and F and F and F and F. How did you F and F's do the F?
F.
Yeah, it's like, and then I can't remember who it is, but one of the brothers is like, well, certainly illustrates the diversity of the word.
That's so true. So since we are on movies here for a moment, so next week, before I forget, because I will, next week we are going to do The Hateful Eight,
which I haven't seen yet.
I haven't either. I didn't want to watch it because like the handlebar mustache sticks out like 5 inches from his face. I'm not into it, but it looks good. The reviews on it are really good, so it's like, all right, we'll try it.
Samuel L. Jackson's in it, so it's got to be good.
And Kurt Russell. I like Kurt Russell.
I like Kurt Russell.
His older stuff was really good. Anyway.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. Anyway, did you? I know you did because I sent you a trailer. But you got to? Had you seen it before I sent you the trailer?
No,
of the new Avengers trailer?
No, I saw it had popped up on my feed a couple times, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch this, but I don't have time.
And then I sent it to you.
Yeah,
you're like,
said, okay, I'll watch it. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. Yeah, God's telling me something.
Yeah,
speaks in threes, and it looks so good.
It does look really good.
And it just launched today. The trailer just came out today. If you have not watched it, YouTube, the Avengers Infinity Wars is what I think it's called.
Yep.
It looks amazing. I can't wait. I love, and even you commented, I love what Marvel's doing with their universe. The MCU
so good
is amazing, and it's so much better than the DC crapshoot. Because all DC is doing is a crapshoot. You follow one series and one thing happens in the universe, then you go over to another one, and you're in a whole different universe. Like, it didn't take place. It didn't affect anything. You have like 17 different Jokers. You have, and they all look different. They all act different. Nothing correlates. And I don't even care if the actor changes. That's fine, but maintain the same story. Maintain like this other stuff happened.
Yeah.
And they don't.
No, it's like
that in a nutshell is DC's downfall. That, and I'm sorry, their characters don't look like they would actually be real.
That's true.
Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman. I mean, he looks like a musclehead, and it's like he wouldn't be able to do the kung fu moves and stuff. He wouldn't be able to do that with that much muscle mass. And Cyborg, you can tell it's CGI, and it looks terrible. And the Flash, I'm sorry, doesn't look anything like you'd see him, and like you just expect him to go by and like clothesline him, like done. And I mean, the only one that looks even close to feasible, I guess two would be Aquaman, and I like that guy anyway, and Wonder Woman, and they didn't bring in the invisible jet in Wonder Woman, which I thought was weird.
Yeah.
But even then, she doesn't even seem feasible and plausible to me.
Yeah, they're not doing a very good job, and it's very frustrating because I like DC, but
Yeah.
I mean, I like Marvel more. But I mean, I don't know. Batman is just amazing,
Right.
How do you mess up Batman? I don't get it.
You put Ben Affleck in there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
But you watch it and you're like, okay, it's all right.
I mean, people could have said, "Oh, you put Val Kilmer, or you put George Clooney, or
yeah,
you make it really cheesy," which I mean, it always used to be. I mean, the thing is, you read the comic books and it's really dark,
yeah, it's super dark.
and then you get the TV series and the movies, and it's like they weren't going dark.
Not at all.
And then you got Christian Bale, and you're like, finally, it's getting a little dark,
Yeah,
and it actually feels appropriate.
Dark Knight
And
was good.
Dark Knight was really good. I actually think, and this is going to piss a bunch of people off, and whatever. I liked Christian Bale's Batman. I thought he did a really good Batman. Other than, I mean, he's having to talk like this the whole time. You know,
Yeah.
like super low, like, I'm in a whisper.
Yeah,
What? What? I'm sorry. I know you're trying to be intimidating, but I can't hear you.
is it College Humor that makes fun of him and does a really good job?
It totally does a great job. And I mean, other than the voice, I mean, he looks like somebody that you could see pulling that stuff off.
Yeah.
He's very muscular, but it's not over the top. It's not the Ben Affleck, like the muscle head, like,
Yeah.
break a chair on my back and I don't care. No,
Yeah.
it's not like that. He just looks like, oh geez, this guy is gonna whoop. And I mean, he pulls it off and he does a great job.
Yeah, I liked those films too. Yeah, I wish DC would do something. It's like the meme of the guy poking the. He's like, do something. That's how I feel with DC. I'm like,
Yep.
please do something.
Do anything.
I'd like to be interested in your stuff. You come out with something once in a while, and I'm interested in it. I'm like, this is cool,
Yeah.
and then you don't continue it at all.
And then you don't continue it and you go somewhere else and then all of a sudden it just like it dies.
Yeah, well, and then I don't have any interest because I'm like, okay, well, everybody saw Wonder Woman. I didn't see it. Not because I didn't want to see it, but I'm just like, why am I going to invest anything into DC? They don't do anything.
It's not going to continue, right?
Yeah, why? Like, why?
And I mean, like their big thing, like I think they got to the point where they're like, we need to do what Marvel's doing, and like let's bring together the Justice League.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Oh, we've got a Superman. Oh, we've got a Batman. Oh, we've got a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Let's bring them together, and you start watching it, and I'm like, even looking at the previews, going, no.
Yeah.
Not happening. I was like, I saw Cyborg, and as soon as I saw Cyborg, I'm like, no. And I saw the Flash, and his head's down. I'm like, dude, you look like you should be reading a comic book, not coming out of a comic book. And I mean, it's like, no, not doing it. I mean, crap. I'd rather, the guys from, oh shoot, I lost it. What was the show where it's the Winchesters are going around like fighting like the paranormal stuff, like the angels and demons and stuff.
I'm not even sure.
Sam and Dean Winchester. What is the name of that show? Oh my gosh, I'm totally lost. Amber, go ahead and comment that in, or somebody comment that in, or something. I don't know. But anyway, I would rather like those guys. Like those guys are more believable as superheroes to me than the people that DC is grabbing. They're like, these guys are great.
Yeah.
It's like, no. I mean, the thing that Marvel did recently that I wasn't sure about, was it Marvel? Is Daredevil's, he's DC actually, isn't he?
I'm not even sure. You talking about is it a TV show?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. The Punisher. The guy who's playing the Punisher was on The Walking Dead. And in Daredevil, when they brought him out, I'm like, I could see this, but now that I'm seeing him as his own series, I haven't started it yet. I want to. I'm just like, I'm not sure. And I'm hearing mixed reviews on it. I'm hearing people either saying it's great or it's bad. So
Yeah, I can't remember if that's DC or
it's
not.
Daredevil. I'm not sure. Anyway, whatever. But if you have not seen the preview for
No, it's Marvel.
Yeah, Daredevil is?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Which again was one of the darker things that Marvel did. Because
Yeah.
DC is definitely more dark, and then Marvel was not, and that just was one of their darker ones. Anywho, if you haven't seen the Avengers Infinity Wars trailer, go check that out. It's really,
Yeah, it looks
really cool.
Amazing.
All right. Let's go on. Let's do another news. In other news,
Yeah.
it's the Joker. That's all I got. I'm going with it today. Oh my gosh, this was so great.
Yeah.
What did I title this? Because I titled it something funny. Skyrockets in flight. Man to launch himself in homemade rocket to prove the Earth is flat. Really, Batman? You don't have to be a rocket scientist, which, by the way, this man is not. Built the dang thing out of scraps. Crying out loud. Seriously. Assuming that the calculations and everything are correct, this homemade rocket made out of scrap metal, literally out of scrap metal with Rust-Oleum paint. Is going to reach heights of, brace yourselves here, 1,800 feet. And if the calculations are accurate, should reach speeds of up to 500 miles per hour while being, drumroll please, steam powered. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We are going to prove the Earth is flat in a homemade trash can style rocket with Rust-Oleum paint, steam powered, reaching 1,800 feet, which, by the way, airplanes go higher.
A lot.
Than
Higher.
1,800 feet. This is step one in this guy's plan to prove that the Earth is flat. It's really funny. This is actually a pretty long article, so I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's really hilarious. The guy essentially wanted to build a rocket and did a crowdfunding system and didn't even come close to it. The guy is 61 years old. He is a limousine driver, and actually comes out in here and says, I've got a lot more to learn about rocket science. The launcher is a modified mobile home. Right? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he did another one of these several years ago and hurt himself quite badly and is doing it again. And so he was trying to raise funds and he on a Kickstarter campaign and he missed it by a mile.
Yeah.
And I mean
A lot.
a mile. I'm trying to find the numbers in here.
It's 310 of 150,000.
Yeah, $310. $310. And missed it. And so apparently decided to study the flat Earth and agreed with it. And so then he approached the Flat Earth Society and said, hey, I'm a recent convert to flat Earth isms. And I want to build a rocket to go 1,800 feet into the air for a half a mile and prove that the Earth is flat. But then after I do this, I'm going to build another rocket, and I'm actually going to go up into the, we can't say outer space, but the above flat space. And yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just hadn't gone far enough. Yeah. He had, now granted, I mean, he did do a limo jump thing, and he had made plans and pitches to do a sky limo over Texas, and no, yeah. So, and I mean, he starts talking about things like, hey, you know, it's not true. And I can't take it because people are sitting here saying, why doesn't he just take an airplane? And he's like, oh, because the FFA and the pilots, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And so we can't trust them. So I got to get up in my rocket. Why can't you go get a pilot's license and fly? No.
Yeah. I've flown in my boss's single engine
Yeah.
at higher than 1,800.
You don't have to get very high. You can actually see the curvature, like from the ground. I don't want to rain on his parade, but I hate parades.
This is going to be awesome.
I mean,
When does he launch?
Yeah.
1,800 feet? Rent a hot air balloon, stupid.
I loved that. I love it. Or make one. It would actually be safer than your rocket.
This guy is a serious Darwin Award candidate.
Yeah, the comments on this are spectacular. But yeah, I mean, that's so while there's not a single hypothesis for what flat Earth is supposed to look like, many believers envision that a flat disk ringed by sea ice, which naturally holds the ocean in. What's beyond the ice, if anything, remains to be discovered.
Yeah, there's some flat earthers who believe that there's like a line of UN people who won't let you near the ice wall.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Paranoia runs deep.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna have a conspiracy, why would it be Earth being flat and instead of like something important?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't get the flat Earth thing.
What is this? Like, oh, Star Trek is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Star Trek, Star Wars is a conspiracy. The lunar landing, which by the way we all know was filmed
Yeah.
in a studio because you can't have shadows without oxygen. Seriously, that's one of their claims. Yeah. No. I think South Park did it really well on a certain episode. Dum 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 dum.
I don't remember which one that is.
That was the Mormon episode.
Oh, was
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Dum 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 dum. So yeah. Let's just say if you're going to have some kind of massive conspiracy with UN cover-ups and everything else, why not have it be that Batman and the Joker are real? It's totally going in the description.
So good.
Drew plays the Joker through the entire episode.
Yeah.
Might not be our funniest episode, but Drew plays the Joker through the whole thing.
You play a good Joker, though.
Hey, well, I try. I do what I can. Nailed it. Anyway.
Yep.
We
We have no song this week.
No, we have no song this week. Part of that is it was Thanksgiving. Another part of it is I think you nailed it on the head that some people's ideas of like radio ready and finished product is different than others. And while it can be subjective because music is an art, I mean, I get that. I'm not going to hold that to anybody and say like, hey, your stuff's not good enough. But
It's not even the quality of the music itself.
no, and that's the thing is we'll play any type of music.
Yeah.
We've played rap on here. We've played instrumental on here. We've played rock. We've played all sorts of stuff. We've played acoustic. We've played tons of different things on here. Even at 32 episodes in right now. I mean, we've played a lot of different types of music. It's not the type, and we've played stuff that we didn't like.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's not, we're not going to knock on your artistic vision.
No.
However, it's got to meet some certain requirements. Like your guitars have got to be in tune with each other. You can't be clipping out. You can't have your limiter go so hot that it sounds like you're clipping the whole time through.
Yeah.
Your voice, if you're singing in it, needs to be relatively in tune. I'm not saying auto-tune. I'm not a fan of auto-tune. Ask Amber. She will tell you I hate it. My kids put on the new Beauty and the Beast because I never took them to the theater to watch it. And I made it like 5 minutes before leaving the room because instantly they start singing and I'm like, auto-tune, I hate it.
Yep.
Hollywood, let people sing, leave it be. Doesn't have to be auto-tuned, doesn't have to be polished and digital like that. Let it be.
It's actually annoying.
It is really annoying. So I hate auto-tune. However, certain things require auto-tune. If you're going to do a hip hop album, that genre requires perfection for that. You got to do it. Sorry. It's the industry. So, I mean, it's one of those things we're not going to knock your creativity. However, it does kind of have to meet some standards and be basically radio ready. And so haven't had that. And instead of like just playing something or doing something of my own, it's like, no, I want to like the whole point of this is to help artists. It's to help people get their music out there, have it be heard, and, embrace the community and let people know, hey, we love you. This is great. We want to support you with this. But yeah, it does have to meet some standards. And the nice thing is, don't be afraid to email stuff in. I know when I'm talking like this, it sounds really harsh.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, when I email people back, I actually give them information. Like I'll tell them, look, I'm an actual audio engineer. I do mixing and mastering work. And I'm hearing this. And if you would tweak this and this, and here's how you do it.
Yeah.
This would work. And so I actually give people like free advice as to how to do some of this so that they can make it. And I've had a couple people who even giving them step-by-step instructions, I don't know what it was. Like they they'd send a couple rounds and I'm like, I'm sorry, you got to meet this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But for the most part, people have been pretty good about it. So, it's not just hey, we're going to critique you and we're going to tell you it's not good enough. If it doesn't meet the requirements, I'll let you know what to do to make it get there. And so we actually want to help you guys out.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything music-wise for this show.
Well, we've both been in garage bands before and recorded in studio, and you record people in studio.
Right.
We've been there.
We've been there.
Yeah.
I've recorded in my grandma's basement, literally. Literally. I'm not just the saying literally, like, people just flippantly. No, I actually recorded in my grandma's actual basement.
Yeah.
With all of the wrong microphones, with the wrong setup completely. I mean, we've done it. Learned through some of those school of hard knocks. Okay, we get it. We've done it. We've been there. We're gonna help you guys out, and we're not just gonna sit here and knock on you. So don't worry about it. So we're not gonna do music. We've actually been going for a while. Do you have any dad jokes right there, Handy, or no?
I have a couple.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you do a couple dad jokes here real fast, and then we'll get into Storybook Corner, and we'll actually have the Joker read this story this week. For some odd reason, I'm Australian Joker.
Yeah, Australian
I'm
joke.
from the outback, mate. Bring me a Foster's. It's Australian for beer. Anywho.
I'm trying to quit Thanksgiving leftovers, but it's hard to quit cold turkey.
Ba-dum-bum.
I, for one, like Roman numerals.
Ha! I get it. How many people did that go over? I get it. I, which is Roman numeral 1. Ha! All right.
I bought my wife a refrigerator on Black Friday. Not your typical romantic gesture, but you should have seen her face light up when she opened it.
I saw it coming. Oh my gosh. Dumb.
Yeah, that one's dumb. It's really good though.
Yeah.
Why do elephants paint their toenails red?
So you can't see them in cherry tree.
Yes.
Right. I think that one had a continuation on it though. That was
It
a
does,
Facebook
yeah.
one. What's the rest of that?
Ever see an elephant in a cherry tree? No. It works.
That is so dumb. That was so dumb.
Where do you find a dog with no legs?
On the ground?
Where you left him.
Oh my gosh. Where you left him?
Why did the pilgrim's pants fall down?
I don't know.
Because they wore belts on their hats.
Oh my gosh.
Yay, dad
So
jokes.
dumb.
I'm going to try to get some more because those are good.
Yeah, feel free to tag us in that. Send them to us at Classless Chat. ClassLessChat@gmail.com.
Or you could message us on Facebook.
You can message
whatever.
us or put it on Facebook or Twitter, either one.
Twitter.
It's at Classless Chat
Dad
on both
jokes.
platforms.
Yeah.
It's time for this.
The Joker
I do
reads
believe
children's
it's time
stories.
for another delectable tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner?
This is going to be fantastic.
Well, hello, boys and girls. It's time for another delectable tale. They're quite delicious, I promise you. Oh, this is a continuation from last week. Or not last week, but the last show. It's delicious. Basically, we had Gabby write it.
Yeah.
And it's great. And we're gonna do Joker with pirate music. This is gonna be hard to do.
Oh my gosh. Pirate music with the Joker.
Why not?
This is going to be good.
I'm already laughing. That's bad. The next day occurred. On second thought, how about we become Indians like you? And we use a piece of land for a bigger village, Matt suggested. Squanto stopped. He had a black skull on his face. I'm doing Australian now. Crap. He had a black scowl on his face. He looked as if he were holding back a word. I'm going Australian. Oh no.
Australian Joker
Australian
pirate.
Joker pirate. Then he yelled. "Ndah." Say in sound, then the D, the A. Hey, look, Squanto. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm really sorry, Matt said. Come, Squanto said, scooping up his hand towards him. The walk continued. They walked for what seemed like 4 miles. Are we there yet? Matt asked Squanto. We'll continue, Tripsiba. It was the next day. They had not walked as much as they had yesterday. It was peaceful. That's what you expect. Birds were chirping. Squirrels were chomping. The sky was clear, which made it hot. Bam! Matt and his father crouched down. What was that? Matt asked. Are hunters here? The bam was as loud as a gun shooting. No! Beaver hit tail, Squanto said. Oh, the sound was a beaver hitting wood with his tail, Matt said. Squanto showed them a mark on the tree with imagination. It looked like a beaver!
That is amazing.
Thank you, Gabby.
Yes. Classic.
Oh my gosh.
Kids' stories are great.
They are so good.
I say that every week. I mean, seriously though, that's amazing.
You can't write, Hollywood can't write this.
No.
Dear Mark Hamill, I would like to tell you a story about how your Joker voice has inspired many children across the lands. They're delectable like meat.
That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh. That was so good. I love it as Joker. I so wish I could do this voice all the time. Oh,
It's pretty good. You have it nailed right now.
I know. Thank you.
It's spot on.
I don't know if I'd go that far. We're going to get people be like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I can do a better Joker than you. Okay. What do you do?
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what? That is basically the show,
Yeah.
which is cool, and I got a cough.
Went kind of long this time.
It's actually not bad. It's 80 some odd minutes, so we're right about where we should be.
Yeah.
So, we want to thank you guys so much for listening. It's been a pleasure, as always. It's always a pleasure to talk for you.
The Joker thanks you for watching Classless Chat.
That's right.
Listening.
If you're on YouTube, we want to thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button and follow us now. If you're not, why aren't you? You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on TuneIn. You can even find us on SoundCloud. But I'm going to tell you, I have a very special set of skills. And you will find us. I don't know anymore. Oh, all right. Well, hey, thank you, Aunt Honey.
Yeah. Thank
It's been It's been a delight.
Yes, it has.
An afternoon delight. With skyrockets in flight.
Oh, that's classic.
All right.
So we're on for next week, but then the week after that, I'm not here.
You are out, so we will have to have a guest.
Yeah. Do you have someone lined up?
I do not yet,
Okay.
but we can.
All right.
At that point, we can.
Maybe you could have Mark Hamill on.
Mark Hamill. You are being called to the principal's office. You don't have anything big like Star Wars coming out.
Yeah.
So come to Nampa, Idaho to do the Classless Chat podcast.
Yes. That would be amazing.
This is the podcast you're looking for.
I think that'll work. I think you should send him that tweet.
If anybody's got Mark Hamill's information.
Yeah. He actually replied to one of my friend's tweets.
Did he
recently.
really?
Yeah, he did.
That's awesome. I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
This is the podcast you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. If you have it in your heart and in your bank account to donate $1 a month even, you too can prevent forest fires with laughter. For the children in third world countries, someone play Sarah McLachlan. Where is the music? Where is the music? You can find us on patreon.com/classlesschat. Everything you can find on us on the website, classlesschat.com.
Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony. Listen again next time. You never know what these two are gonna say.